In the world of Android smartphones, if you want a smartwatch, you'll likely consider either a Galaxy Watch from Samsung or a Pixel Watch from Google. But while both of these smartwatches technically run the same OS, there's actually a bigger difference between them than I was expecting. The first major difference is software. Both watches are based on WearOS 5 at the time of recording. Samsung's version, though, like with their smartphones, actually runs a customized version of WearOS called OneUI Watch 6. OneUI Watch 6 brings Samsung styling as well as specific Samsung features to the WearOS experience, but these additional features usually only work with Samsung phones. Now, the Pixel Watch basically runs stock WearOS 5.1, with a few Pixel-specific features layered in. By default, the assistant that runs on it is the Google Assistant, while Galaxy Watches still have Bixby by default, but that can easily be changed to the Google Assistant in settings. Though I really dislike that Google made the side button the one you need to press down on to trigger the assistant. Pressing down on the digital crown, I think, would be more intuitive. Now, both watches will technically work with any Android device, but Samsung does lock some features to its own phones, like ECG, blood pressure, irregular heart rhythms, and the new energy score, which uses Galaxy AI to give you a daily readiness score. The Pixel Watch doesn't have a similar level of lock-in with its fitness-related features. They'll work if you have a Samsung device paired to your Pixel Watch, but the Pixel Watch does have features that will only work with Pixel phones, like Pixel Phone Unlock. In terms of UI and UX design, both watches generally have a similar design. They utilize tiles to swipe through horizontally to get specific info at a glance, though I really dislike how Samsung deals with notifications by default, where you have to swipe over to the left. Why not just have a notification shade like the Pixel Watch? I think that would have been more intuitive. For watch faces, both offer plenty of first-party options with their own distinct styles. Samsung generally has more watch faces they've designed themselves, but both give you access to the Play Store where you can download additional watch faces, including many free options. I found the first-party watch faces for both watches to be nicely designed, so it really comes down to which aesthetic you prefer. When it comes to software updates, Samsung promises 4 years of OneUI Watch updates, while Google offers 3 years of WearOS updates for their Pixel watches. Both support Google Wallet for contactless payments, though the Galaxy Watch 7 also offers Samsung Wallet as an alternative. Both watches include emergency SOS features, and both have fall detection that can automatically call emergency services if you take a hard fall. Looking at the physical design, the Pixel Watch 3 now comes in 2 sizes, 41mm and 45mm, and both are available in Bluetooth or LTE models. The Galaxy Watch 7 also comes in 2 sizes, 40mm and 44mm, also with Bluetooth and LTE options. Though of course with Galaxy Watches you have more types to choose from, like the Watch Ultra, the classic Watch 6 with a rotating bezel, and the ultra-affordable Watch FE. And I'll leave a link in our blog post to the comparison table of Samsung's current watches if you want to learn more about them, what features they have, what features they don't. Speaking of browsers, if you've never used the Opera browser before, they sponsored today's video, you should definitely take their updated one for a spin. Inspired by minimalist Nordic design, Opera has dynamic themes you can set that change the look, sound, and feel of your browser. Tab islands automatically group related tabs together when you open links from the same page, or you organize tabs manually by context. You can collapse these islands to save space and expand them when needed. The split screen feature lets you view 2 pages simultaneously. Just drag one tab next to another for instant side-by-side comparison, no need for multiple browser windows. For those who juggle between many tabs like myself, Opera's Tab Traces feature, it makes navigating dozens of open tabs much more intuitive. The darker the underscore, the more recently you visited that tab. The standout feature of this browser for me has to be its floating music player, which you won't find on other mainstream browsers. You can detach the music player completely and position it anywhere on your screen, even outside the browser itself. Opera also includes Aria, a built-in AI tool that's just a keyboard shortcut away. You can generate images based on a single prompt, or you can upload an image and get more information about it from Aria. You can try these features for yourself by downloading Opera today by using the link in the description, and best of all, it's free. Both watches allow for extensive watch face customization, and they support tiles, those widget panes that you just swipe through for quick information. For navigation, Samsung uses the edge of the watch as a touch bezel for scrolling, though you can also use the touchscreen itself as well, while Google uses a digital crown similar to Apple's approach, as well as a touchscreen. I find Samsung Touch Bezel intuitive but not quite as reliable as Pixel's digital crown, which gives you very precise control when scrolling through lists or notifications. Screen brightness is excellent on both with up to 2000 nits. For display materials, Samsung clearly wins by having sapphire crystal on all of their models, something Google doesn't offer and Apple makes you pay extra to get on their watches. I can't overstate how nice it is that Samsung includes this premium scratch-resistant material at this price point. On the wrist, both feel good, but Samsung's feels maybe a bit more bulky than the Pixel Watch, though maybe just by a hair. The Pixel Watch 3 now includes an ultra-wideband chip, which allows for some interesting features, such as more precise phone unlocking when paired with a compatible Pixel phone, and digital car key functionality for select vehicles. For GPS, runners should note though that the Pixel Watch only has single-band GPS, while the Galaxy Watch 7 has dual-frequency GPS, which is typically more accurate for tracking runs in challenging environments like dense urban areas or forests. Battery life has been pretty equivalent in my testing, both easily last me all day and charge quickly. Samsung claims around 30 hours with the always-on display on. Google claims 24 plus hours for the Pixel Watch 3 with the always-on display on as well. In my real-world testing, both have been reliable enough to get me through a full day with plenty of battery to spare. However, depending on your individual usage, how often you do workouts and use specific apps, your experience may vary. I do prefer Samsung's charger design though. The Galaxy Watch charger is more like Apple's. You just magnetically attach it and you're good to go. With the Pixel Watch 3, you have to align it specifically to the charging pins, which can be a bit finicky. When it comes to health and fitness tracking, both watches offer comprehensive features, but there are some key differences to be aware of. The Galaxy Watch 7 features Samsung's new advanced bioactive sensor array with 13 LEDs for improved heart rate precision. The Watch Ultra also has this new sensor suite, but the Classic 6 or FE does not, which is why they're missing a few health features. It can continuously track heart rate, take ECG readings, measure blood oxygen levels, and even measure blood pressure when calibrated with a cuff, though the ECG and blood pressure features require a Samsung phone. One unique feature of the Galaxy Watch is its bioelectrical impedance analysis sensor for body composition, which estimates body fat, muscle, and water percentages. It's also FDA authorized to detect potential sleep apnea risk by monitoring blood oxygen drops overnight. The Galaxy Watch 7 tracks snoring and provides detailed sleep coaching with animal sleep symbols, plus a new energy score that condenses your activity and sleep data into a daily readiness rating out of 100. The Pixel Watch 3 relies on Fitbit's sensor suite. It has a continuous heart rate monitoring, ECG capabilities, blood oxygen monitoring, and an EDA sensor for stress detection, which Samsung lacks. New Fitbit-powered metrics, daily readiness, cardio load, and target load debuted on the Pixel Watch 3 to gauge your recovery and training intensity. It also uses a nightly skin temperature sensor to track variations for wellness insights. Both watches are excellent for exercise tracking. They can auto-detect workouts and track dozens of exercise types with GPS mapping. Samsung gains an edge in breadth of metrics with body composition and blood pressure monitoring, while Google's watch offers more coaching on exertion versus recovery. Google offers tailored workouts and video classes as part of the Fitbit Premium subscription service, while Samsung has free classes from partner services. Pixel Watch 3 introduces a unique loss of pulse detection, which is a safety feature that can detect if your heart suddenly stops, and it will automatically call emergency services, something the Galaxy Watch doesn't do. On the other hand, Galaxy Watch 7 can alert for irregular heart rhythms and assess sleep apnea risk, though these features need a Galaxy phone. For serious fitness users, Samsung's dual-band GPS might be the deciding factor for more accurate route tracking in challenging environments. One thing I particularly liked about the Galaxy Watch is how it handles workout tracking. The auto pause feature is particularly accurate during walking workouts. It works almost immediately when I stop for a second on a walk. It's also just faster to start a walking workout on the Galaxy Watch. So what about prices? Well, Samsung definitely has a wider range of prices considering their multiple lines of smartwatches. But if you just looked at the two main watches, Samsung's watch starts $50 cheaper than the Pixel Watch at the smallest size. However, both are often found on sale and end up close to the same price. And to check current prices and get links to multiple retailers for comparison shopping, visit our blog post at 6monthslater.net. So, which watch is better? Well, after using both watches a lot for the past 6 months, I can say they're both excellent options. Your choice really depends on what you want out of a watch, what phone ecosystem you're in, and which design you prefer. Unless there's a huge price difference between them when you're shopping, I don't think the cost should be the main deciding factor compared to the other categories I've discussed. If I had a Samsung phone, I'd definitely go with the Galaxy Watch 7, but if I had a Pixel phone, the Pixel Watch is really your best option, and overall, I've been happy with it. And now that you can finally skip through podcasts from the main now playing player, my main complaint with it has been resolved. If you have either of these watches, let me know what you think of them down in the comments and which one you think is better. To see more smartwatch reviews and more videos on Google and Samsung products, click the cards above. And to view all of the products I recommend at any time, you can visit 6monthslater.net/shop. For 6 Months Later, I'm Josh Tedder. Thanks for watching.